Hi, Dave Skocik with PR Delaware. I'd like to welcome you to our program. We're coming to you from the office of the Delaware State News. We would like to thank them for the courtesy of letting us use this facility, particularly Tom Bird, the publisher. We've got a great program for you today with some very interesting guests. Stick around.
Bully Rock, the legendary Pete Dye course, is open for the season. Come play one of the top tracks in the nation, just off I-95, centrally located between Wilmington and Baltimore in Havre de Grace, Maryland. The best has gotten even better with its expanded clubhouse and putting greens to the five-star restaurants and banquet facilities. There isn't a better place to hold your corporate event or private party. The course has never been in better shape or more challenging, so call 410-939-8887 today for the experience of a lifetime.
Hello, welcome back. My guest for this segment is Sam Cannan, creator of the Veteran Watchmaker Initiative. Sam, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell me about the Watchmaker Initiative. I've been reading about it in the newspaper.
Well, the Veterans Watchmaker Initiative actually has its roots in World War II.
Really?
I can't take credit for the idea, but yeah. It started in World War II, right at the end. In 1944, they broke ground on a school in Woodside, New York, to train disabled veterans as watchmakers exclusively. And that was the Bulliver Company. Now, they trained literally an entire generation of veterans as watchmakers at no charge.
Disabled in what way?
Take your pick. Missing a limb, in a wheelchair. There were some that were legally blind that could see up very close. It's quite interesting. They were the foremost rehab center technical school in the country for decades.
Really?
And the Bulliver family finally, after the last Bulliver passed away, they sold the company and the school was closed. So I decided that the stars had aligned in a situation where there's thousands of watchmakers needed in this country, and they basically, the veterans can do this at home, they can do it in a technical center, whatever they want, and it fits their serious disabilities perfectly.
Well, what's your background?
Well, I'm a retired police officer. I had gotten hurt, SWAT trained, and I trained in Pennsylvania as a watchmaker. I ultimately trained in Switzerland, came back and became director of that watchmaking school that I graduated from earlier. I am a certified watchmaking instructor, one of only about 24 in the country, and decided this was a good thing to do at this point in time.
And you're doing this on your own volition, or is somebody hiring you to do this?
No one's hiring. We're doing this on our own. I have a group of people that are like-minded that think this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and I happen to agree with them.
And would you be working with disabled veterans again?
Yes, I would. I'll be teaching. I'll be directing a group of other instructors that'll be coming from all over the world to teach, and they're all doing it, as I am, at no salary whatsoever.
So when is all this going to start?
Well, as soon as I raise the money, and that's why we're here. Behind us is the technical school that's going to be built in Middletown as a result of a very magnanimous family up there donating 4 acres of property to put this school on. And again, it's the only technical school in the United States for disabled veterans.
And I understand that that Middletown is very receptive to this. The town council, the mayor.
Extremely receptive. They've given preliminary approval for the subdivision and the design drawings. The engineering site work is pretty much finished. It now has 2 public hearings, and this will be a done deal.
So do we need watchmakers? How do you know we need watchmakers?
Well, from being in the field for over 25 years, even though the economy hasn't been great for the past few years, we have been buying luxury watches at a rate of 24% year-over-year increase. And that's just in the United States, and we're number 3.
Do we have enough watchmakers?
No.
We don't.
There's barely 2,800 left in the United States. The companies are scrambling so much for watchmakers that they literally are spending millions of dollars to build schools that'll graduate 7, 8 people every 2 years.
That's in the country.
That's it. There's only 4 watchmaking schools in the United States, and not one does anything for veterans.
So this will be really focused on disabled American veterans?
Exclusively for disabled veterans. No one else will be there. You have to be an honorably discharged veteran to attend the school, and you attend the school at no charge.
So it'll be unique in the country, you say?
It is absolutely unique in the country. There's nothing like it. So how does a veteran, what does it cost? It's got to be expensive. Well, if I can only equate this to what the Swiss say, what they would charge for a horological education of this kind, it's roughly 200,000 Swiss francs, which is about $180,000 is what it would cost if you had to pay for it.
Oh, if you had to pay for it.
If you had to pay for it. but these folks get the training for free.
For free.
Absolutely free.
Well, where are they going to live? I mean, they're disabled. Like some of them will be in wheelchairs.
Exactly.
And
The
such.
facility is designed to handle about 40 students full-time living on site.
Living there.
Yes. Full kitchen. If you look behind you, you'll see there's a kitchen there. We have a restaurant. We have dormitories for both men and women, a full gymnasium, chapel, nurses station, 3 classrooms, exercise room. I mean, it's quite the decked-out facility.
And you're going to pay for it.
Well, hopefully everyone else will pay for it.
But the veterans themselves, they won't be charged?
They
I
don't. They're
understand?
not charged a dime. They're not required to have any VA benefits whatsoever. The only thing they have to bring to the table, and I have a disagreement with the Swiss from time to time about dexterity. You have to have good dexterity. What you need to be a watchmaker? Heart.
Good heart.
If you bring the heart, and these folks have already demonstrated they have the heart to overcome what they've done and what they've been through, they'll make good watchmakers.
So how long is the course?
14 months for the long course. That's 1,840 hours. The short course is 6 weeks, and that's 260 hours.
What's the difference?
Well, in the short course, because there's such a demand for watch technicians, because there's so many quartz watches in the country, you train them to a level not to the extent that they're master watchmakers, but to where they can handle what's known in the field as short jobs. They can change a crystal, they can exchange a movement, they can change a circuit board in a quartz watch, they can adjust a bracelet, they learn how to polish and water test these pieces. And that is good enough and gives them enough education to work at a jewelry counter. Now, we've had such response from this, from those that are ambulatory that are not seriously injured, that we put this program in place simply for them. And we can rotate 15 to 20 folks in and out every 6 weeks with jobs waiting.
So they do have jobs waiting
Yeah,
out there. And we do have a shortage of watchmakers in this country.
They need about 4,000 in the U.S. alone.
Oh my gosh.
And last year, the entire output of graduate watchmakers in the United States was 47.
And you know this from having been involved in the industry
Yeah,
for
keeping
many,
up
many
with
years.
keeping up with the trends. And oddly enough, the roughly 2,800 odd watchmakers that are left, we lost over 300 through retirement and death because most of them are in their 80s.
When do you anticipate that the ribbon cutting for this, or at least the start of construction of this?
Well,
school
we're
will-
moving ahead with that right away. We're waiting for the final approval March 9th from the town. At that point, we're going to have kind of a ribbon cutting. We're going to put up a large coming soon sign and have everyone that's been involved in this project come forward.
Or maybe a groundbreaking or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Something informal that we can really get the fundraising underway. We've had a lot of response, a lot of people that have been involved in this for a long time, and I want every one of them there to share in this with
Oh,
us.
it's a beautiful building. I've seen them, and I know something about it. So how can people find out more about this? What's the website?
Well, the website is veteranswatchmakerinitiative.org. It's lengthy, but it's there. And you can just
Veterans-
Google Vet Watch Training. It'll get you to the same place.
Watch training, okay, and it's on the screen anyway, so people
Yes,
can see that.
come right up.
Can people communicate with you directly via email or something like that?
Yes,
Find out more
on the
about it?
website, look on the staff page, and my email, I'm the first one on the staff page, and my email is right there. They certainly can get a hold of me.
And you're available to speak to groups about
At
this?
any time, just 24 hours notice, and I'll bring my dog and pony show along, and
So, in a sense, time is on your side then, huh?
so it is.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Well, I would like to appeal to anyone who would like to donate to this project.
Like what, besides money?
Money, equipment. We're a 501c3 charitable organization that's licensed in New York and the state of Delaware.
Okay.
So any in-kind donation is tax deductible. Any cash is tax deductible. And we accept online donations. And
Okay.
if they need more information, please get a hold of me.
Sam, thank you so very much for all that you're doing, particularly for our disabled veterans.
Well, they
It was
deserve
a
it.
pleasure to have you.
Thank
We'll
you.
be right back after these. Hello again. We're here at the offices of the Delaware State News, the Capital City Daily. My guest for this segment is Major Peter Bailey. Welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
It's good to have you here, and I wanted to educate our audience about the Civil Air Patrol. We've all heard about it, but a lot of people really don't know what it's about. Help me out here.
All right, well, the Civil Air Patrol is an all-volunteer force. We're a federally chartered nonprofit, and we are an official auxiliary of the U.S. Air Force. We're the U.S. Air Force uniform.
Yes, uniform.
We're not paid. Matter of fact, we pay to wear the uniform. We pay dues each year.
Pay dues, okay.
Yes.
Are they, is it onerous? I mean, can the average person afford it if they want to get involved?
If you can afford $30 a year, then absolutely.
I think that's very
Yes.
reasonable. So why would somebody, or no, let me be more basic. What is Civil Air Patrol about? How did it start?
Well, the Civil Air Patrol began back just before World War II. It actually became, started really using it during World War II, where we had a lot of civilian pilots with their own aircraft that wanted to support the war effort. And the Civil Air Patrol flew missions, coastal missions for U-boat patrols.
Which was a problem here in Delaware.
Problem here in Delaware. And they spotted many, they attacked many, they sank two.
They did.
And there were Civil Air Patrol members that were killed in action in World War II as well. Matter of fact, the Civil Air Patrol people from World War II just recently got the Congressional Gold Medal about 2 weeks ago, those that served during World War II.
And where was that? You were telling me that they went to
They went to a ceremony at the nation's capital. Yes.
So obviously you were there.
I was not there, but my son was there.
Your son?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay. Well, how many Delawareans were recognized? There were some there, I guess.
You know, I don't have the number off the top of my head, but I think it was around 7 to 9.
That's impressive.
Yes.
So what was your son doing there? Is he a member of the CIA?
My son is a Civil Air Patrol cadet, and he's focused on getting his pilot's license. He's been in the Civil Air Patrol for 3 years.
And what brought him to want to do that? Because of you? Because of his dad?
Well, I have an Air Force background, but he was a Boy Scout, which he really enjoyed, but he was more focused on aviation. And the Civil Air Patrol aerospace programs are focused on aviation for cadets who want to go into engineering, flying, or anything to do with aviation.
Now, you talked about World War II, that it was founded then, but what do they do today?
Well, today, the Civil Air Patrol has 3 missions: emergency services, aerospace education, and cadet programs.
So emergency services, what is that?
Emergency services is probably what we're best known for. That's our search and rescue mission. An aircraft goes down, a person goes missing, they need an airborne or ground search. We have both airborne and ground teams.
Okay. So they can actually fly these flights. Do they have exercises for training?
We have a search and rescue, we call them SARS, every month. And we'll practice communication. We have a whole radio network throughout the United States. We have our own aircraft. We have over 500 aircraft in the Civil Air Patrol. And so we practice actually flying the aircraft, flying the missions, and doing various search and rescue missions. And we use the cadets as part of our ground teams as well.
Right here in Dover?
Right here in Dover, we have several squadrons in Delaware. In Dover, we have the Eagle Cadet Squadron that meets at Dover Air Force Base.
I'm familiar with them, in fact, we happen to be standing in front of a photo. One of them here is at our memorial site, the Delaware Memorial Park. You guys honor us by having the college presented, and again, we just happen to coincidentally be standing in front of here in the office of the Delaware State News. So I'm sure you're proud of that, the young people out there involved.
Absolutely, we have some great cadets, and they're always willing to go out and help in the community.
So what does this lead to? Is it like a form of ROTC, junior ROTC?
Many of our cadets are also in junior ROTC. It does lead to, at least we try to expose them to all different STEM career fields: science, technology, engineering, and math. Some of our cadets have gone on to military academies. Some have gone on to fly. Some go on into engineering. Some will not find what they're looking for and go on to something else.
Well, what great experience.
It's great experience, and if they enlist in the military, once they reach a certain rank as a cadet, when they go into the military, instead of going in as an E1, they'll go in as an E3.
That doesn't sound
That's
very
great.
good, particularly for a young person who's not sure what they want to do.
Mhm.
And there is no, so if somebody says, I want to join the Civil Air Patrol, if he or she is in high school, there's no real commitment there except to do what you're going to do. In terms of, there's no military commitment at that point.
Absolutely not. We take from a cadet that can be from as young as 12 up to 18 years old. Our senior members are from 18 to 21.
Okay.
Our senior members are from 18 and up.
So if they want to get a pilot's license as part of this experience, they could probably do that?
We offer some different experiences for them to get involved. All of our cadets get at least 10 orientation flights, so they'll fly with a qualified pilot and observe, and sometimes they get their hands on the controls as well.
What kind of aircraft are we talking about?
Mostly we fly Cessna 172s and Cessna 182s. They're light single-engine aircraft.
So they really feel comfortable getting up there. If they want to pursue a career in aviation, they're dealing with the right people.
Absolutely.
So how does somebody find out about this? What can they do? Website, phone number?
We have a website. It's gocivilairpatrol.com.
Go Civil Air Patrol, just like it sounds.
Yes.
Okay.
And on that webpage, there's if you put in your zip code, we'll tell you the closest unit.
So somebody get up with them and say, come on down and we'll give you an orientation.
Absolutely. We ask the cadets to attend 3 meetings before they make a commitment to join, to make sure it's right for them.
So where are the meetings, in their local area?
For Dover, it's at Dover Air Force Base. We have a van that picks them up at 5:45 at the main gate, and we take them to the meeting spot.
Is that in the morning or?
That's in the evening. And it's not 5:45, I'm sorry, 6:45.
6:45.
6:45.
Right.
And, but we ask that they coordinate first so we know that they're coming, so we can get them on the base.
I mean, really, it sounds wonderful. I imagine they get to meet some interesting folks as well.
Absolutely. We've, just on the base, we've gone in the control tower, tours of C5, tours of the explosive ordnance disposal unit. We take them to the museum down in Washington, D.C., and they meet some great aviation pioneers as well.
They can?
Yes.
Like who? I mean, what?
Well, we offer a whole different type, all different types of summer programs.
All right.
And they're very cost affordable. My son went to Oshkosh, Wisconsin this summer.
That's that big fly-in that they have.
Huge fly-in. It's supposed to be the busiest air traffic control tower in the country during that fly-in. And he got to meet Dick Rutan. He met the candy bomber from World War II.
Gail Halverson. That's his name.
Okay.
My uncle was
Yeah.
involved with that.
All right.
My late uncle was in World War II, part of the candy operation. So that's how I know that name.
So yeah, so all of our cadets, they can go to survival school, they can go to pilot school, they can get involved in engineering. We have an engineering program in the summertime as well.
So they have camps, so a couple weeks?
The camps vary from 1 week to 2 weeks. Some are a little bit longer. We encourage all of our cadets to go to encampment in Maryland in their first year. And it's like a mini basic training. And they'll go over for a week. And they're all scared when they go, and they come back all excited and ready to go and participate as a staff member.
Thank you so very much. What
Sure.
a great exchange of information here. I think hopefully you'll get some phone calls. We'll be right back. Hello again. I'm with Cindy Small, the Executive Director of Kent County Tourism. This is a working lady, I got to tell you. If you know anything about business, you know all the events that they talk about, that they put on. And I want to let her tell you about some of the things that go on. Cindy, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Dave.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, actually, my 8th anniversary was the 2nd of January, so I've been here 8 years now.
Already?
And I started in tourism. I was the first director of tourism for Sussex County, so I've covered lower Delaware pretty well.
You came here with a lot of experience.
I did.
So what do you have to do with tourism?
What do we have to do with tourism? Well, the main thing that we do is bring new money to Kent County by bringing people from out of state here to shop in our stores, stay in our hotels, eat in our restaurants, and just take in events and our attractions here. And that makes new money go to our businesses, and it creates wealth for Kent County.
Well, how are you supported?
We are supported by the lodging tax. 1% of what is collected in Kent County funds our organization, so we like to say we don't cost the Delaware taxpayer anything.
That's great, so that you're really earning your own keep here,
We are.
which is your incentive.
Exactly. The other good thing is when we were founded 25 years ago, they chose not to make us a part of the government, but a nonprofit organization. So we're actually have a 30-member board of directors, which are made up of community members, businesses, people in the tourism industry, academia, municipalities, the county government, the state government. So we're a very well-rounded organization.
You sure are. You have to deal with a lot of people. How do you do that?
It's fun. They're all big supporters. They all come out and work with us for our events, and they really believe in what we do.
Tell me about some of the events that you promote.
Okay, well, we promote all events in Kent County. We're an equal opportunity promoter. So if you have an event that you want the general public to come to, we put it on our Facebook page, we put it on our website, we have 2 newsletters that we send stuff out, and we also work with a lot of local media and also travel writers. So we just really never know what opportunities might open up for a promotional opportunity for you, your event. And so we don't just promote our own events, but we promote all the events in Kent County.
So what does it cost to take
Nothing,
event?
nothing.
Nothing?
No, we don't charge for
Oh my
that. That's
gosh.
part of the service that we provide with what we do.
So you've got generally a lot of goodwill.
We do. We do.
Do you get donations?
Not really donations. When we do our own events, for example, the Dover Days Festival now in its 82nd year.
82 years.
82
Really?
years. It's one of the oldest festivals in the state of Delaware, and it's the largest free family festival in Kent County with 50,000 attendees last year. So we do sell sponsorships, which helps us keep the event free of charge.
So tell us about Dover Days.
Well, Dover Days is a multifaceted event. We have everything from a car show to a parade with a really great parade MC. We have lots of entertainment for children, a Moon Bounce Village. We have lots of history. This year the theme is Lincoln, and Abraham Lincoln will be coming to Dover Sunday before Dover Days to meet his audience here. And we have a lot of great things set up for kids this year and a lot of history with a lot of contemporary things as well.
And I understand it takes place in May.
It takes place May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Always the first weekend in May when the scenery is beautiful. Are people encouraged to get dressed up?
Absolutely. Wear your Victorian or your colonial costumes. You might end up in the newspaper. You might even end up on a brochure.
So what happens on Dover Days when people go down? It's at the state capitol.
Right. It's all over Dover, everywhere from downtown to Legislative Mall to the Green. And different things happen in different places. Friday night, for example, is dedicated to fireworks, live music, children's performances. Saturday, we kick it off with a parade. We're actually the largest vendor event in the state of Delaware. Last year, we actually rented 500 vendor spaces. So it's huge.
Wow.
We had over 90 nonprofit organizations with us last year, as well as home and trade, people that sell crafts, people that have children's books, all kinds of things. So if you want to see what's the latest out there, you want to get a piece of history, if you want to see someone knitting or caning a chair or even brewing beer, we have a colonial beer brewer. So we have a little something for everybody at Dover Days.
And I know with the parade's free, is it not?
It is, and the parade is huge. We calculated that we have about 4,000 people who are in the parade and between 7,000 and 8,000 people that come out to watch the parade. So it's really one of the largest parades in Delaware.
So it's not just businesses, it can be individuals, it could be political, schools.
Bands, floats, marching bands.
And that's always on a Saturday.
Always on the Saturday at 9:30, and the Green's a wonderful place to see it.
I like the maypole dancing too. Tell us about that.
Maypole dancing is beautiful. It's traditional, and it's done here in the English style. We have about 300 school children from the Dover area that come out in colonial attire, and they weave the beautiful ribbons to colonial music, and then they unweave the ribbons. And we usually have 3 maypoles with beautiful flowers on the top, and it just makes a scene on the Green that your eyes will remember forever.
You know, and I know that it's one of the most historic spots in the country where you have that's where the parade ends, really. I mean, it winds all through Dover, and then you have the commentator up there, you have people up there, you have our elected leaders up there, usually in colonial outfit, whether it goes from the mayor to the state officials, sometimes federal, depends when the election's going to be.
Exactly. Our governor is always, the
Governor?
governor and first lady are always our parade marshals.
And they arrive in a carriage.
They come in a
across-
horse-drawn carriage, and their costumes are beautiful. And Tom Carper and Chris Coons and John Carney are out there in their colonial attire, so it's a sight to behold.
It's really something special about Delaware that we're so small that you can get to know your state, federal, and even national people on a first-name basis, and vice versa. It's very different here. And I know that certainly a lot of people on the Green are the families, the parents, the grandparents of the maypole dancers,
Correct.
which promotes the tradition. But anyway, getting in terms of tourism, so tourism basically more than pays for itself by bringing people to Delaware. Do you have any count as to how many people come here? Or?
Absolutely. You'll probably be surprised to hear this, but last year we had over 2 million visitors to Kent County alone.
2 million.
2 million.
How much money do they bring in?
$585 million.
So I'd say that you're earning your keep.
We are.
How-
And 5,300 full-time positions in Kent County
Gee.
just due to the tourism industry.
Well, we're running down to the end of the program here. How can people get up with you?
Easy. Just remember this. Visit Dover.com.
That's not too hard. VisitDover.com. Okay, and they can find out what's going on, and they can find out how they can apply to be in the parade, and whether it's
Absolutely.
a church group, a school, whatever.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. I'm here with Cindy Small, Executive Director of Kent County Tourism. We've had some great interviews. We hope that you will tune in and see what's happening here in beautiful Dover, Delaware, and its surrounding area. Take care.